In this video, I'm going to cover a mortise and tenon joint following my level 3 plan that I have up on the wall behind my workbench. You can also see the cutting list ahead of this project and the technical drawing of the end panel I am making. I am also using a time chart that you will see me refer to throughout the video. First, I use the drawing to mark out my mortises on my timber. Next, I set up the mortiser. This includes putting the cutting chisel in and setting my depth stops for the mortise and haunch. With the mortiser set up, I can go ahead and run all of my mortises. I am wearing my ear defenders and dust mask as PPE. The mortiser has no extraction, so a dust mask is a must. I am also using the vacuum periodically to clear the mess. Once the mortises are cut, I go ahead and clear them out with a chisel, removing any bits missed by the mortiser. Now that my mortises are done, I can set up and run my tenons. First, I am cutting my sacrificial fence to the right height for my workpiece. Next, I am using my test mortise piece to mark out where my tenons will be. I use this to roughly set the tenoner. I then run a tenon and test it in the mortise. It is very unlikely that this will be perfect first time, but I can use this as a starting point to move the cutting blocks in the tenon up or down until I get a perfect fit. Once I am happy with the fit of the tenons in the mortise, I go ahead and measure the depth of the mortise and set the depth stop on the tenoner. Then I can run my tenons. I have two different lengths tenons on this project as I have two different styles, so I go ahead and measure my second mortise depth, reset the depth stop on the tenoner, cut all my pieces to length and run the tenons. The most important measurement I'm looking for here is the shoulder length, as this will contribute to the finished size of the panel and must match the drawing to work with the rest of the job. Once the tenons are cut, I measure and mark out all the haunches. In hindsight, I should have done 2 long tenons with a haunch in the middle of the wider pieces for stability, but the way I have done it will still work. Now marked, I go ahead and cut the haunches on the bandsaw, using stops to make the process quicker. I did do a dry test fit before my final glue up, but I didn't film it. So here you can see the final glue up of the panel and how the mortise and tenon joint goes together. We use mortise and tenon joints as we aim to complete our work in a traditional way. However, a domino joint would give the exact same result and would be a lot quicker. Once glued up, you can see me do my quality checks, including checking for square, making sure everything is level to each other and sighting it through to check there is no twist in the piece.